What's up, everyone? Let's see here. It's not really not moving there we go. Good to see everyone. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Some announcements before we start. I'm not going to talk about quitting, the YouTube quitting. Any of you that saw my video about that, I love coming on here. Love making videos. Nothing's changed in 7.5 years. Always got stuff to talk about as long as people keep putting out new music. And then there's about a few thousand years of old music that we can talk about too. I'm going to be at the NAMM show this coming week out in LA, in Anaheim, not in LA, in Anaheim. I'll be there for a couple days. I'm doing some interviews out there. And one of the reasons I'm going is because there's some people that will be in town that aren't usually in town that are traveling there, which would be fun. I always like going out to LA. Seeing my friends. Let's see here. We're going to do a song breakdown today, talk about stuff. You know, when I do my top 10 countdown, I always have to kind of cleanse the palate by talking about songs that are actually incredibly well written, have great melodies, and that also have some theory that we can talk about. And we use our ears to learn stuff, and we figure stuff out. So we're going to do some ear training and talk about a Paul McCartney song, and hopefully the video will not get blocked. I'm not sure if it will or not. This is a chance. So hopefully those of you that are on here, the video stays up. I got my sale on my course. So my Beato bundles on sale, $99 for 4 of my courses. My ear training, that's my Beato Ear Training, my music theory, which is my Beato Book Interactive. These are all video courses. My Quick Lessons Pro and my Beginner Guitar course. And also my new arpeggio course, $75 for that. I'm keeping that sale going, but this is a way to support the channel so that I can keep making videos here and travel to do the interviews like I've been doing. I've got some amazing ones coming up that I can't talk about. One that just came in today, a few hours ago. And a lot of these are happening in the next few weeks. I have 4 huge interviews coming up, 5 huge interviews coming up. So it's not just an interview channel. We're going to do some music. And I was thinking about this particular song because it actually has a chromatic scale in it. No, that's not why. You guys know, any of you that know what that's from, you're going to know what song I'm talking about. No, I was thinking about amazingly great songs that have beautiful melodies and that have sophisticated harmony. And this particular song has a bunch of what we call direct modulations. It has chromatic mediant modulations. We're kind of go back to the whiteboard. I'm going to bring the whiteboard up. I'm going to play the song. I'm going to talk about it, analyze it, talk about the melody and some of the unique changes that are happening in it, why it has such a great melody and harmonic structure. Nothing like anything that I played on my top 10 pop songs this week. This was a #1 song back in 1976, or at least in the top 3, I think. Life of Brian knows it. So I'm going to play it here, and hopefully it doesn't get this thing does not get blocked here. But here we go. Okay, I'm just going to talk about the intro here because it's so unique that it starts out. This is the live version of Maybe I'm Amazed by it's on the Wings Over America record, 1976. The year I started playing the guitar. And I didn't learn this until I started playing the piano, which was when I was 18. And I went to music school because we didn't own a piano. But it starts on D over F sharp to F6, E minor 7, and then to A major, which actually A7. And I'm going to write it here, and we're going to kind of keep a running tab here so that my thing doesn't close down. So so it goes like this. So it's the intro, right, is D over F sharp, F6, E minor 7 to A7. That's the intro. And then we're going to go to the verse. I love this. Instead of the whiteboard, this program is really cool. So let's go to the verse. Also, by me breaking the song up like this, it'll keep it from getting blocked, I think, by playing only little bits.
Maybe I'm amazed at the way you love me all the time. Or maybe I'm afraid of the way I love you.
Here we go.
Maybe I'm amazed at the way you pulled me out of time.
I love when he changes the melody there.
You hung me on a line.
Oh, and there from the original.
Maybe I'm amazed at the way I really need you.
Okay, so let's talk about this verse. Okay, so it's like starts on B flat. Maybe I'm amazed to F over A. Where you love me all the time. Then C to G over B. Then B flat. Maybe I'm amazed I need you. Then F over A, then it goes to A flat to E flat major over G. I think that's what it is. I have to listen back to it again. Then to C. So we got really, really interesting. I'll check that in a second. So B flat, 2 beats, F over A, 2 beats. Then C, there's a modulation here. Really, well, you could say this is in the key of then let's see, G over B. Well, you could say, I guess it could, no, it's definitely, you could say some of these are secondary dominants, but let's say it starts in B flat and then modulates up here. So this would be 4-1 in the key of F. C is in the key of F, but G is not in the key of F. G is a secondary dominant in the key of F, but beautiful sound. Then does the chromatic scale. So it does this 2 times. And then there's a B part of the verse here. So then it goes,
Baby, I'm amazed at the way you pulled me out of time.
G over B.
You hung me on a line. Maybe I'm
Okay, that definitely goes to... I gotta put down my pen. I'm holding a pen trying to play. So we got, I'm gonna write it up here. Second half, B flat, F over A, C, G over B. Is that still on the screen? Okay. And then, then B flat, and then F over A, and then A flat major, A flat 6 really, to E flat over G, and then back to C for 2 bar, 2, 3, no, for 1 full bar. And then the chorus, which is actually the bridge, okay? You get, I think the hook, I think this is actually the chorus. So then we're going to go to the section, the B section. We'll call this the chorus. I'm not sure. And it's a direct modulation to D major. Listen.
amazed at the way I really need
So,
you.
C. Let's just take that part. So the chorus part, which is really sounds like a bridge. So it's D. They call it direct modulation because it goes from C major to D major to A over D, and then it goes to A minor over D. Then you do a little, let's see, so, D, I'm holding my pen as I'm playing it. That's really like A minor 7 to A minor 7 to D 7, then the G, and then I can't do this with holding the pen. That's like a D, so it goes a G, 2, 3, 4, D, and then it goes D minor major. And that voicing is actually, you take a D major chord and just add the F to it. A lot of people will call that like a D with a sharp, D major with a sharp 9. Really great sound. It's really like D sharp 9, D7 sharp 9, D major sharp 9. I call it D minor major because it's got both the minor and major third in it. And then it goes back to next half. Zen.
Maybe you're the only woman who can ever help me. Won't you help me to understand?
Okay, this is so amazing. A minor 7, D7, G.
You can ever help me.
G right there.
Won't you help me to understand?
D. Bum. So it's go like a D, then it goes to F. It sounds like F6 there. So we got the, then we got E minor 7 to A major. E minor 7, A7, let's say. Okay, so end of the chorus. And then the minors, the F6. Then we got G, E minor 7. Sorry. F6. Then E minor 7. Then A7. And then right back to B flat major. So this A7 back to B flat major. Once again, that's like a direct modulation. Now, some of you might say, okay, E minor 7 to A7 is related because if you went to, you could really say this B flat major chord is a substitute for D minor, kind of. It's like an indirect substitution, right? Because D minor 7 and B flat major 7 are very similar. D minor 7, B flat major 7, they're very similar chords. It's really straight B flat major. Okay, so then it goes to the and one of my favorite solos. I love that. Amazing tone, too. And I love how the how the guitar goes back, does that same like that little chromatic run. There's all these chromatic runs that happen in this song that in addition to having this really beautiful harmonic structure of the song, right? So this this intro. is beautiful. And then the lift, to go from that A7 chord, the lift up to B flat. Now it sounds so natural because you've heard it a million times, or at least I've heard it a million times, but it's really incredibly beautiful. Okay, Gunther says, Rick, am I to understand this includes all your courses? I thought the ear training alone was $99. The ear training, what used to be $99, okay? Really, all my courses are $75 to $99 for them. I put all my courses together at $99 so that you guys, that to make it affordable, most people, I'm not saying, most people sell their courses for $100 to $150 per course. I put all my 4 courses together because really, if I can help you guys become better musicians, that in whatever small way I can contribute to people's understanding of music and enjoyment of music. There used to be music in public schools. There used to be, it used to be that it was common to learn an instrument when you were a kid, like when I was a kid. Everybody that I knew, whether you played on the football team, whether you were, a cheerleader, whatever you did, everybody took music lessons. Where I'm from, everybody took music lessons. They played in the band, they played in the orchestra, they played guitar, they played in rock bands, everybody took music lessons. But, a lot of people are not fortunate enough to do that nowadays, or they are, their attention is spread amongst other things, extracurricular things, or they're into video games or whatever they're into. Or they're just scrolling on YouTube Shorts or TikTok. But I'm sure there's a bunch of people in here that took lessons when they were kids. That's not the case now, but if I can do my part, my channel gets millions and millions of views a month. And if I continue to teach music and put these things out there and people buy my courses, it not only supports the channel, but helps you become a better musician. And I think it's like I think everyone should be able to figure out songs by ear, period. That to me is the most basic skill, along with playing an instrument, whether you're playing the piano, when you're a little, a chord strummer on the guitar, whatever, you should be able to figure out these things by ear. And ear training is incredibly important. When I'm listening to this song in the intro, you have to know what inverted chords are. This would be a D major chord. This is a D over F sharp chord. It's a first inversion chord. Now, in order to know this stuff, yes, you can figure it out by ear, right? But the first thing I do is I hear the bass note, and I know it's... So as soon as I can follow the bass note, I hear the bass note, and then I hear the quality of the chords. This is what my ear training course teaches you. What song is this? This is Maybe I'm Amazed. So B flat, and then F major over A. The great thing about these songs from back in that era is, especially the 70s, C major, G over B. Thank you, John. Really appreciate that. John Eden. Who has a chromatic scale in their songs? I'm trying to think. There is another song. Oh, Aerosmith. Like my favorite Aerosmith song that's on the end. The last song on Toys in the Attic has it. And I've done breakdowns kind of on my second channel. And if you don't subscribe to my second channel, Rick Beato 2, definitely subscribe there. And subscribe here if you don't subscribe. You See Me Crying. Thank you, M. Moses. You See Me Crying. That has the chromatic scale in it. You know what's interesting is that record, I think, came out in 1975. No. So this came out in 1971. Maybe I'm Amazed, right? They were definitely heavily influenced because that particular song, You See Me Crying, the Aerosmith song, I think it's one of the most complex. It's the most complex Aerosmith song. And Steven Tyler, thank you, is a massive Beatles fan. April of 1970. Okay, that's when Maybe I'm Amazed came out. Really kind of like he wrote it, I'm sure, during the Beatles time. So this particular song is, I would say, indicative of that time. 1970 through 73 was some of the most, for music, one of the high points in music. So much music today, pop music. I was talking with a friend of mine yesterday, talking about how much pop music borrows from the early 70s. So much. Drum loops, things like that. There's so many samples taken from songs from the early 70s. And not only was the early 70s, and I'm going to make a whole video on this, not only was the early 70s, thanks Twitten Records, appreciate that. Not only was it a time, let me get on full screen here. Not only was the early 70s a time for great songs, it was a time for great equipment. Some of the best gear and best synthesized sounds, best synthesizers, everything were all invented in that time period, right? So you had the best songwriting, and then it was like the just peak of incredible recording stuff. It's really, really amazing, those early 70s. Unbelievable. And somebody talked about Jimmy McCullough, who played the guitar solo on the live version, but it's Paul McCartney's solo. Who said that earlier here? He passed away a couple years ago. Let me see here. It's an amazing, the stuff that he adds to the solo that Paul didn't play is really unbelievable. But it's such a, it's one of McCartney's best bass riffs. Okay. So this particular version, the reason that I brought up this version of the live version from Wings Over America is to me, it's one of McCartney's most virtuosic vocal performances. Listen to the voice. He has this highest note he ever sang on any record, I think. Wow. Great phrasing. Great pitch. No auto-tune. Now, when you get to this next chorus, listen how high he sings. Woo! What tone? This is the most distorted McCartney's voice is in any song. His control is insane. It was just said in the chat. His control is insane here. Now listen to the... Oh, tone. Oh! Feedback. So here's the, right here. Okay, check it out. Coming up right here. Great feel. Right here. Here we go. That was ridiculous. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. Right here. Amazing. Wow. That is unreal, right? So good. Let's see. We have in the chat here, if you listen to the scat and Hey Jude, you find a major influence on Steven Tyler's singing style. Tyler channels McCartney whenever possible. Totally agree. You know what's interesting is that Steven Tyler's distorted vocal is very similar to McCartney's in this and Hey Jude. I totally agree with that. I was having a similar conversation earlier about how Eddie Vedder's high scream is very similar to Roger Daltrey. Love Rain on Me, Rain Over Me, the Pearl Jam cover of it, which is unbelievably good. When Eddie Vedder sings the high part, it sounds like Roger Daltrey. And I always thought that his style, and a lot of this, somebody put Little Richard style, exactly. That's where that comes from. That's where that distorted voice, it's the Little Richard thing. I made a whole video on this way, way back. The song is somebody's like, what song is this again? It's Maybe I'm Amazed. So I just love that distorted voice like that. I think it's incredible. And the ability to go, that McCartney can go from that never help me, woo, and they go right out of the distorted voice into a perfectly clean falsetto, nailing the pitches. Unbelievable. So this particular song here, that, you know, there's nothing like this nowadays. Nothing. When I'll admit it, when I listen to the, as much as I try to find things that are musically interesting in the top 10 on the charts, much to the dismay of people that watch my channel, I always try to look for the best, try to find the positive thing in the music. It's difficult to compete with this stuff. And the thing about this is that the people that were making the music back then, Paul McCartney writing this in 1970, is that the stuff hadn't been invented yet. And it was, I'm not going to say that it was easier to do something new, but there's so much that had not been done. And these people were always trying to push the envelope. Let's use chord changes that no one's ever used before. Let's use these blues that take things out of blues, use inversions, use, unusual relationships. This has these mediant modulations. That going from E flat major to C major that it does there, E flat over G, but to C major, that's called a chromatic mediant modulation there. This song has it all there. That's really E flat over G to beautiful. Love that. Chromatic mediant modulation. I made a video on that that's got, 600,000 views, something like that. I used to make, I should go back and remake some of these videos. That was a live stream that I did, whiteboard, on a Sunday like this that I did. I think it was from a live stream. I don't know. Look up chromatic mediant modulations. One of my favorite videos that I did. All right, so that's it for today. Check out my Beato bundle, $99 on sale. My new arpeggio course is on sale, rickbeato.com. You guys are amazing. I'm going to NAMM. I will be there this week. So maybe I will run into some of you down in Anaheim. If I do, please come and say hello. If you see me, come say hello. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.